Hello students, in this video let's see LED and LCD, light emitting diodes. Okay, so first of all, what is LED? LED, light emitting diode, and LCD is liquid crystal display. So in detail we'll see the construction, working and everything. As I said, these are called light emitters. Light emitting diode, it is just a PN junction diode which emits light when it is in forward bias. So this phenomenon is called as electroluminescence. Whereas the liquid crystal display, liquid crystal is used so that it, with the help of alignment of molecules, it will be displaying some characters. This type of displays generally will be using pneumatic and cholesteric displays and schematic displays also. We'll see in the further slide. These are generally used for displaying numericals and alphanumerical characters, and dot matrix and segmental displays, like 7-segment displays will be there, no, like that. Okay, 7-segment displays. So you can see the digital form of 8. This is called as 7-segment display. Digital form of 8 displays will be used. Okay, so now let's say the construction of LED. So this gives the symbol, just like the diode. Light will be emitted over here. Now let's see the construction part of it. So this gives you the symbol for LED, just like the diode symbol, but we show the arrows light emitting here. Okay, so this is the construction part here. The long lead is taken as positive side anode, and the short lead which will be taken as cathode, negative. Okay, so these are internally, if you see inside the case, this is called as a case. Inside the lens case, one portion will be bigger, the other portion will be very thin. So the anode portion will be thin, which is called as post. The lead frame is called as post. So cathode side, the lead frame will be big, that is called as anvil. Okay, the cathode side, the lead frame will be bigger, so it is called as anvil. So by observing this clearly, we can identify which one is anode and which one is cathode. So here on the top we can see the semiconductor die over here, that is PN junction. Okay, and then we can observe that reflective cavity is there present here, and the wire bond is connected here, and the final one, the case, is epoxy lens or case. This one is called as epoxy lens or case, so that it will be just like a covering for the LED. So this is the construction. Now let's see how LED works. The phenomena generally used is called as electroluminescence, which can be defined as emission of light will be formed when the junction is in forward bias. That is, electrons and holes will be crossing the barrier. Once it is crossing the barrier, there are chances near the barrier recombination occurs. So once the recombination occurs, light will be emitted near the junction. Okay, light will be emitted in the sense, we know that electrons or holes moving from different energy levels release energy in the form of light. So here, thus holes have energy levels which will be of lesser, and the energy levels of electrons will be more. Okay, so when electron with high energy comes and combines with hole, high energy is coming and combining with hole, so they release energy. We call it as energy dissipation. Dissipation means energy is released in the form of heat or light. So this is considered as light. So based on the material we select for P type and N type, the color of LED will be changing. So let's see the concept of how the energy is emitted. This one is taken as N type and this one is P type, and near the junction, electrons will try to cross the junction once the forward bias is applied, and then because of the combination we have energy release. How these energy are released, how it is differing from P-N junction means the material which we take for P and N type will be photosensitive. Here in LED, it will be photosensitive. Okay, so just like a gallium arsenide and a gallium phosphide, like that. So let's see the combinations in further slides. So based on these materials, we can understand the recombination releases energy in the form of light. So it's just like PN junction only, but the materials what we select will be differing. So here this diagram shows you clearly how the energy is released. The brown color ones are the electrons of conduction band, which is having high energy, combining with holes at the valence band, which is having low energy. Once the high energy comes to low energy, energy is released in the form of photon. Photon means light. We know that light particles are called as photons. So the energy where it is coming over here to this, the energy level difference will be released in the form of photon. This will be the equal to the energy which is subtracted from this, from here conduction band to valence band. Okay, so this way light emission occurs in LED. So as I told you, this is the principle which I explained here. Now let's see different types of LEDs used here. Gallium arsenide, GaAs, infrared, that is red color light, or if the frequency is high we can't see the light. Just we use this type of LEDs in remote controls for TV as well as for your ACs and all at home. You'll be using infrared. Okay, if it is high frequency we can't see that light. If it is between means red color light will be glowing. Okay, so now the next material which will be used in P and N will be gallium arsenide phosphide, GaAsP. So it is red to infrared. Okay, and then aluminium gallium arsenide phosphide, AlGaAsP. Then high brightness red color or orange or yellow color LEDs will be available with this combination. Okay, gallium phosphide, GaP, red color or yellow color and green color will be available. Okay, and then aluminium gallium phosphide, AlGaP, so it will be of green. Gallium nitride, GaN, green emerald green. Okay, that is dark green. And then gallium indium nitride, GaLnInN, near violet, ultraviolet, bluish green and blue. Okay, silicon carbide, SiC, blue as a substrate, so you can see blue light, blue LED. Zinc selenide, ZnSc, blue. Aluminum gallium nitride, AlGaN, ultraviolet. Okay, so violet color, purple color LEDs will be available. So these are different types of LEDs. And then apart from that, as I told you, infrared emitters, PN junction gallium arsenide device which emits a beam of light when energized by forward bias. The recombination of electron and hole emits photon in infrared frequency range. So this matches photodiode and phototransistors. Okay, these diodes used in Schaff encoder which produce 150 mu watt of radiant energy at 1.2 volt and 50 milliamp data transmission systems. And then intrusion alarms means burglar alarms and all will be using. Card and paper tape readers, just like your smart cards and some sensors will be used. No? So their infrared LEDs will be used. And high density mounting applications and all infrared LEDs will be used. And then let's see the VA characteristics of LEDs. So it is as usual PN junction diode. Current here in milliamp, that is forward bias PN junction diode, forward bias. Voltage over here, it will be just like a PN junction diode. And the second graph shows you the power variation here. So on x-axis we have current in milliamp, here we have power produced. So gradually as current increase, the power also increase. So exponentially it is increasing. So this is the VA characteristics and advantages of LEDs. So we know that brightness of LEDs is are more. Nowadays it is replacing the ordinary fluorescent or ordinary bulbs, ordinary mercury or the other bulbs. Okay, then apart from that, LEDs will consume less power. It is very cheap and efficient, readily available, lightweight, smaller in size. Life for LED is very longer, operates very fast, turns on and off in less time, and it doesn't contain toxic materials like mercury as we see in fluorescent lamps. And LED can be available in different colors. So these are the advantages. Disadvantages: LED size is very small. We need more brightness, means more LEDs are required. Whereas the ordinary, the old method, old bulbs and all, one bulb is enough. One light is enough. Whereas if you want more brightness using LED, we need more LEDs. So the size matters here. Tiny size, that is one disadvantage. And LED requires more power to be operated than compared to PN junction diode. Okay. Then luminescence efficiency of LED is low. And then applications of LED, as I told you, in burglar alarms, and then calculators, picture phones, okay, and then traffic signals, digital computer, multimeters, microprocessors, digital watches, automotive heat lamps, camera flashes, and aviation lighting, etc. So this is the application of LEDs. Now let's go to the next one, LCD, liquid crystal display. Liquid crystal display means, as I told you, the liquid crystal will be used for displaying. Okay, that is, crystal will be having inside the crystal we can see liquid form, so only it is called as liquid crystal. Okay, so the more popular one is pneumatic liquid crystal. Okay, that is, here all the molecules align themselves approximately to a unique axis called director, while retaining the complete translation freedom. So there is no particular direction for the alignment of molecules inside it. It will be it is having freedom of aligning itself. Okay, so the liquids normally transparent. The liquids are normally transparent. If subjected to electric field, disruption of a well-ordered crystal structure takes place. So if we apply electric field, the alignment of the molecules will be differing. Okay, causing the liquid to polarize and turn opaque. That is, if the order is disturbed, it will be forming as opaque. Okay, so we'll learn more about that in further slides. If alignment is normal, it will be transparent. If alignment changes, then it will be opaque. Opaque means light won't travel inside it. So when electric field is removed from the crystal structure, it retains its original form and the material becomes transparent. Okay, so the diagram indicates a small piece of LED display, first which came into existence. This is the LCD display, actually, liquid crystal display. Okay, now let's see different types of LCDs, that is liquid crystals available. The liquid crystals are of two types. First one will be dynamic scattering liquid crystals. Dynamic scattering based on the molecule settings. We have two types of LCDs. Dynamic scattering type. The other one is field effect type. Okay, before that we'll see two types of liquid crystal types here actually. The basic structure of LCD, it will be classified as two types. One is transmittive type, the other one is reflective type. That is, in the liquid crystal, if a thin sheet of glass will be sandwiched with transparent electrodes deposited on either side of the faces. Okay, so the liquid crystal for a glass arrangement will be there before and after the liquid crystal. If the liquid crystal is like this, so before and after means top and bottom of it, a glass sheet will be there. That glass sheet will be transparent. So one side it will be coated transparent. Then it is transmittive. The other side it will be reflective. Reflective means light gets reflected. The other side, this reflective, light gets reflected. Okay, so that is called as reflective coating. So such type will be reflective type. The other one is transmittive type. Now coming to the different types of LCDs, as I told you, dynamic scattering type and field effect scattering type. So what is dynamic scattering means? Based on the alignment of molecules in this crystal, liquid crystal, we classify this. So dynamic scattering means the display consists of two glass plates. That is, a liquid crystal will be at the center. Like this, and then top and bottom two glass plates will be there. So each coated with tin oxide SnO2, between which transparent electrodes separated by a liquid crystal layer. The layer width will be of 5 to 50 mu thickness. The oxide coating on the front sheet is etched to produce a single or multi-segment patterns of characters, with each segment properly insulated from each other. A weak electric field aligns the molecules in a direction of field. Okay, when voltage grows, the flow becomes turbulent. In this, the disordered state liquid crystal scatters light. Thus, when liquid is not activated, it is transparent. When the liquid is activated, the molecular turbulence causes light to become scattered in all direction, and cell appears to be bright. This phenomenon is called as a dynamic scattering. That is, if the molecules get scattered, that is, the liquid gets activated, then when the liquid is activated, the turbulence causes light to scatter in all direction and cell appears brighter. If the liquid is not activated, it won't show any brightness. Okay, so like that we can understand how particular cell will be, how the light is scattered. So this type of method is called as dynamic scattering. Okay, whereas in field effect type, optical fibers will be used. Same setup, between these glass plates, optical fibers will be used. Optical fibers means fine material which will be carrying the light. Okay, fine material which will be carrying the light. So this is called as optical fiber. Okay, these are placed between the glass sheets. So the LCD material of twisted pneumatic type which twists the light passes through the cell, then not energized. Okay, then not energized. This allows light to pass through optical fiber. The light which is not energized will be passed through optical fiber placed between them. Then thus the cell appears brighter. When the cell is energized, no twist of light takes place and cell appears dull. No twist of light takes place and cell appears dull. Okay, so now LC cell types, we already discussed transmittive type and reflective type. Both the glass sheets are transparent so that light from one side forward to other side when cell is activated. Okay, this is transmittive type. Reflective type means surface on one side of the glass sheet will be reflective. The coating will be taken as a reflective coating. So the light is scattered and reflected back and the cell gets activated. Okay, so this is the other type. Actually, LCD consumes less amount of energy. In 7-segment displays, current drawn is of 25 mu amp for dynamic scattering, and the cell gets activated. And for field effect, it will be 300 mu amp for field effect cells. LCD requires AC voltage supply, which will be of 30 volt peak to peak with a 50 hertz frequency. Okay, so as I told you, the alignment of molecule, if this is of the first type, pneumatic type, the other one will be schematic type. So this one is scholastic type. So the popular one is this one only. And now let's see. I can put you a small video so that how the LCD will be working and all. You can see it clearly with some animations. Okay, now let's see the advantages of LCDs. LCD consumes less amount of voltage and power compared to that of CRT, that is the CR old model, CROs and all, and LEDs. LCD consists of small micro wattage for display compared to milliwatt for LEDs. LCD is of low cost, provides excellent contrast, light contrast. Okay, LCDs are thinner, lighter when compared to cathode ray and LED. Okay, these LCDs have replaced the CRT, the old model TVs and all, color TVs, old model and all. Now it became as a photo frame type. Because of these LEDs, LCD displays only, we are having touch screens and all. So the touch screen concept also, once the finger pressure is applied in particular area, the liquid gets contacted between those two glass plates. So a molecular element change. Likewise, the touch screen operates. Okay, which we are using nowadays in our mobiles. Okay, display disadvantages of LCDs. It requires additional light source. Range of temperature is limited for operation. So in high temperatures and all, LCDs can't be used because the alignment of liquid crystal gets changed. Okay, and low reliability, and the speed is very low. Area required is more compared to LEDs. Okay, LCDs need an AC drive, that is AC voltage is required, as I told you in the previous point. And now what's the applications of LCDs means? Liquid crystal technology has major applications in fields of science, media, or electronic devices and all. Liquid crystal thermometers came into existence, optical imaging and all, and the liquid crystal display techniques used in radio frequency waves and waveguides, etc., visualizing and all. Just like the monitors, how the previous computers replaced. Now the Apple computer is just like a photo frame. Monitor of Apple computers will be just like a photo frame. Okay, that and all came into existence with the help of LCDs only, used in medical applications and all. So with this, I can now we'll see monitor RGB dots and all. So if you clearly observe, we have red green combination here as one pixel element. So first one, the white screen is back screen, which gives the light source, and then we have 3 color filters as red, green, blue filters, and backside gray color one is polarizing screen. That is, first one is horizontal polarizing screen. Now we will be getting the vertical polarizing screen. Between these screens we have liquid crystal here. So the liquid crystal will be between the horizontal and vertical polarizing screen, which is etched from front and back with a glass. The liquid crystal orientation, they orient themselves vertically backside and horizontally in the front. These are the molecule alignment, we can see it here. So backside it is vertical, molecule alignment is vertical, front it is horizontal. This is the orientation in the crystal, the molecule orientation in the crystal. Light comes in horizontal screen, and when it is leaving, it is vertical. So likewise, if you apply the voltage between these electrodes of the crystal, all the molecules get aligned, and horizontal light comes as horizontal only. So based on the alignment of the molecule in the liquid crystal, the light will be focusing on the screen. Screen is of red, green, blue. Okay, by applying the voltage to particular leads, the light will be changed. All the leads are having voltage, so red, black screen observed, and now here no voltage applied, it will be of red, green and blue. So likewise, you can see how by applying the voltage, the electrodes get aligned, the molecule in LCD, and no twist to get light. If all are 255, we have it as white. 0 means, all are 0 means black screen. All are high value, 255 grayscale value means it is white screen. Only red applied means like that. And you can see if only we have green means green. Likewise, it is applied for each and every pixel element in the screen. 50 Hertz frequency. Okay, so as I told you, the